Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here, and today I have my deck profile from the Philadelphia Regional I just played in. I went X3. If you follow me on Twitter or you look at my YouTube community tab, I was keeping you guys updated for how my rounds were going and whatnot. I ended X3 for 10 rounds. It's pretty good. To be honest, like after going through it, I have my own personal opinions about like the format and real life play coming back. But overall, it was a really good experience. I enjoyed seeing all my friends again. It's been so long. That was probably the best part about the event, is just seeing my friends. But yeah, overall, the deck performed pretty well. Like there is things I'm going to change. I'm definitely going to change things about this deck. But overall, the deck did perform and did what I kind of wanted it to do. And if there's anything major or notable that I'm going to mention, I'll just tell you as I'm going over the card. Just something to mention, this deck is 60 cards now. I did up the number to 60, and like, it's just for consistency purposes. It actually made more sense to play 60 than the lower numbers, unfortunately, just to draw less bricks, and you're playing more engine cards. So yeah. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. We did play the 3 Tenyis again. I'm not going to explain anything like that doesn't need to be explained too much. So yeah, we just played 3 of each Tenyi. This isn't really changing. I don't see the need to. It's a Tenyi-based strategy. You want to draw your Tenyis right. Next, for the Swordsoul lineup, we did just play 1, 1, and 1. That's all. I know I was playing 2 of this before. I considered playing 2 of this before. But like I said, you don't want to draw these 2 because they're part of your combo, first of all, and second of all, the Brave package contradicts with drawing them. Long Young, I did like 2 of overall. It wasn't too bad, but when you started putting more other cards in, this card gets worse. Like, you're not putting more worm monsters in, you're putting more like hand traps, like other extenders in, so it doesn't really like interact with them very well. So that's why I put it back down to 1. And like I said, these are all still good small world interactions throughout the whole deck. It was playing so many different monsters. For the Brave package, we did play the 3 Enchantress and 2 Griffin Rider. I was a fan of 2 Griffin Rider. It came out multiple times, so I'm probably going to keep this the same. Obviously, with your Water Enchantress, like, this engine's just ridiculous overall. If you're not playing it, I feel like you're just actually behind. Realistically, right? Like, I do like the pure Tenyi Swordsoul deck, but like not having these cards is it's light and day with what you can do and like what you're breaking through. We also played the Rose Dragon package, as I was playing before. Yeah, just 3 monsters in 1 is just crazy. This and Basil Rose Shoot were like glued in my hand, along with Despot 001. It's probably one of like my biggest complaints of playing the deck. I hate decks with bricks. If you've like been subscribed forever ago, even when I played Infernoble, like just bricks were just the worst at all times. I always trying to find ways to cut them. But this deck, it's really hard because they're pretty mandatory. I would say there's not really any other combos I could be doing. Or if there is, I'm just missing it. But overall, I feel like I have to play these bricks for the most part. But yeah, these like the Rose Dragons were just ridiculous. For the hand trap lineup, we did play 3 Ghost Ogre, obviously for Brave package, and I'll also hit some other things. 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Nibiru, and then 2 Ghost Spell. And then I also have 2 Infinite Impermanence. I'll put them here with the hand traps just because. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to play like a lot of hand traps. Like I want to open like 1.5 to 2 hand traps every hand, because if you're getting comboed on, you lose. So you can't really afford letting your opponent combo. You're not breaking a board this format unless like. So you can build your deck with like Chalices and Forbidden Droplet. I played a couple matchups like that. There was like a Sky Striker and a Cyber Dragon deck I played against that were both going second, and like what. Like, they made me go first, and their deck was made going second, and they had break your board cards, but I'm not even scything them, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm ending on 4 synchros, but it's just too much. So, like, you have, like, in my eyes, right, like, you have to build it this way to just prevent your opponent from comboing. Also, like, you have to open, if you're building your deck to go second right now, you have to open up, like, the stones, in my opinion. Like, you have to and just, you probably need at least, like, 3 to 4 cards to break the board, right? It has to be something like Droplets or Dark Roller, along with something else to make sure it goes through, because a lot of decks can play through those, as well as your own engine to go through. So that's why I would not recommend playing, what's it called, like a going second deck right now. Like, you really should just be playing a bunch of hand traps. So I think that's why we're in a meta like this, where you need to open up 1.5 to 2 hand traps, or sometimes even 3 hand traps, depending on how small of an engine you need. All these hand traps were good. I have no complaints about any of them. They were all doing their job. Bell, I never really drew too much. I didn't use it too much. I used it like once or twice, so it was alright. Effect Negation was really good. I think I might play a 3rd Imperm again. Same, like, Veiler was really good. Hitting, like, Predaplant, Verte, Anacondas, and stuff like that. Halki Fibrax was super strong, so. Yeah, just something to keep in mind. Just really good cards. Now for the spells. The Brave package was triple Right of Armiseer, and then 2 Fateful Adventure. Right's obvious. Double Fateful. again, along with the double Griffin Rider, double Fateful also came up a lot. There was like multiple instances where they would do something to Fateful, like a Conquistador once, it was Ogred once, or a couple times, you know what I mean? And then, you know, if they hit certain things in your combo and they tried playing through it, usually you can get to some other piece of the right package or the adventure package, and then you just when you activate another right, they don't expect another one of these, and then they really don't expect it to get another Griffin Rider on top of that. So that's just a lot of like extra things that they have to deal with. So you're putting another 4,000 pressure on and another Omni Negate for the clapback after you already used it for your first turn combo. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. I really did like it, and like drawing these isn't bad either. They're like really good for searching extra cards. Like going second, obviously you get Draco back. Going first, you get Griffin Rider. And they're just really, really good for breaking boards. Like 1 to 2,000 beats that you get for free, and the other one is a bounce back. So just obviously just really good card. Next was to Telly. This was something I threw in last minute. I just wanted this spot was kind of like extender spot. I wanted something in case my something got stuffed, or I wanted another tuner to special summon, because sometimes I would draw hand traps and not a way to special summon a monster or special summon a tuner. I did have like 1 or 2 bricky hands where I didn't have a way to special a tuner, and that was kind of what this was thrown in for, was to prevent stuff like that. So yeah, this was pretty good. It's just summons Ghost Ogre, that's all it's for. Just to summon a level 3 tuner, because you can also summon like one of the Tenyis and then Synchro for like a Baron. So it was just good, like nothing like too crazy about it. I could also set it to summon Ogre under my opponent's turn. Never came up, but I didn't draw too much either, so it was fine. Nothing exceptional, nothing great either. Card I did not like this weekend was this card. I never drew it when I needed it. This card was pretty awful, to be honest. I might cut this because it just never came up ever. And to be honest, the worst part is this is my own mistake. I kind of built my deck around this card, and I never saw it, so it didn't like work the way I wanted it to. And it probably is because I've played 60 cards, so I think, you know, again, this is all deck building. My problems, I'm using these regionals to test for the YCS coming up, so I mean, I won't build this deck the same way again, but I would 100% probably change the way I have this built now. But this was probably one of my biggest downfalls, to have this, because when I did draw it, I drew 2 of it, and that's just awful. And then when I really needed it, going first, I didn't have it to stop certain hand traps. So I don't know. This card just like wasn't good for me, and maybe it's half the reason because I didn't draw it. But like when I did see it, it was just like the worst matchups. Like I drew it against Elwich like multiple times. That's just like useless. So I don't know. I overall, like, maybe it was just this one event, but I really hated this card for this event. We still play a 3 Vessel. This card's just ridiculous. It also works with the Brave package. That's also why it's crazy. It's just so good. Like the fact that you can use this on the Brave package too, like it makes this card so much better. The fact that like this interacts with Brave, that there's another engine in your deck that lets this go off. So yeah, 100%. This card is crazy now. We still play through Small World. It keeps consistency up so we can see the monsters that we want. Every time I resolve it, this card is just like crazy. I also put cards in this deck to specifically for Small World. You'll see in the side deck, like my side decking was kind of based on Cross Out and Small World in their own way. But I didn't see this card as much as I wanted to, but when I resolved it, it was crazy. Every time I resolved this card, I did the full combo, whether it be getting Red Rose or getting Ashuna, to be able to do the full combo, or maybe Water Enchantress I did sometimes. Like every time, because you have to think about it, right? I'm going first, I activate Small World. This card is always turning into the piece of my hand that like is just missing and is just crazy. So if I have Red Rose Small World, it's going to get the Ashuna, or if I have the combo already, I just get Enchantress. Like, it's just so good on so many levels. So that card is just absolutely crazy. Here's the one-ofs for the spells. 1 Basil Rose Shoot. This card was also stuck in my hand all the time. 60 cards, super annoying. So was this. Like, I felt like I just do these all the time. Like, this, and Despot were just, like, all over my hand. It was so frustrating. 1 Foolish Burial. I just want another starter. This also gives, like, Tenyi plus like not Ashuna, like Vishuda Adhara plus Foolish Burial something. Again, send Water Enchantress. 1 Call by the Grave helps play through hand traps again. I think this card's really good. I really wish, like, this is a format I wish Call by the Grave was at 3, because I feel like it would be really good, this format, with how you can interact with certain things. I'm just leave it at that, but I do think this card, I wish it was at 3. I think it'd be really good right now. And 1 Pot of Desires. This is questionable because I play a lot of one-ups. Obviously, 1 Trickle Back, Basil Rose Shoot, Rocks Rose, Despot. But the extra card is so valuable in a deck like this. Like, you don't have to do your combo to kill them. So, like, you don't need to do, like, the Despot combo to kill somebody. Despot, like, Halki Firerush can summon something else, too. It can summon Rose Dragon. It can summon Adhara. So, like, you don't have to summon Despot with this. Also, you can just do like a normal synchro play with the deck. You can still go Chi-Chao into like Chen Yang to be able to do like a shit ton of damage with Pot of Desires because it goes up to 4,000. So, and then plus the Long Young burn, like Pot of Desires resolving, and then plus Chi-Chao plus the 4,000 attack Chen Yang is 8,000 damage. So you have to look at it like that, right? If you resolve Desires and you banish the worst cards, this is still could be just like OTK on its own, and you can still get to it through like other means too with the Tenyi monsters. So again, just something to keep in mind. Yeah, overall I like the card a lot. It did banish some stuff like here and there, but it never lost me any games. Like the extra card was more valuable than the cards I was losing in the banish, I guess. It's probably the best way I could word it. And then one Swordsoul Blackout. This is like if you open up Longing or this, you get the other one, yada yada, just extra interruptions. Also very good for back row decks, like clearing out back row, because one of my losses was to Elwich, so I might make some changes in the side deck in the future for future events, just to be prepared for that more. For the extra deck, we played one formula. This actually came up a lot, more than I thought it was going to. Again, this is because my Hulk gets stuffed sometimes, or you do a different combo, and if the formula just, the Hulk Firebrax ends up sitting there, and sometimes I had Hulk plus Chi-Chao, and then it can synchro. It was good. This came up way more than I thought it was going to, so I'm happy it was there. One Herald. This is for the combo, obviously, and when I change my deck, this is going to be more important because I plan on incorporating Magician Souls somewhere in this deck because Magician Souls is just a crazy card. It's a card I missed throughout the event. I wish I played it, and it works so good with Herald of Arclight too. Obviously, you can search Illusion of Chaos to be able to search your Magician Souls, so very, very good card. One Yazi, part of the combo, really good card going second. It's disgusting card, I'm not going to explain it. Draco Berserker, I want to cut this. This card just never came up, ever. I never summoned it, so I want to cut this for something else. One Boxia. Boxia was good. Broke boards, good against Elwich, spun away Golden Wards, and yeah, just good. Good card. Good for going kill for OTKs. Chi-Chao. It's Chi-Chao, part of the combo. Searcher, negate, good card. The level 10s. I made this most of the time. This is like the end board card. This is to protect the board, like protect making the board. So they both came up in their own way. But but they're just both so good. Like these cards are just nuts overall. And then one Chen Yang, like I said, it's just a really good card to kill people with, and it being so big and so annoying to out sometimes, is just ridiculous. Against Elwich, it's really good, but the problem is getting to it against Elwich, so it's just something to keep in mind. For the rest of the Link monsters, 3 Monk. I don't think I ever used 3 Monk at this event. I think I used 2, so you probably could count 1 if you wanted to. I like 3 because, you know, in those situations where you just only have, where you need the third, you would rather have it, and like, I'm not missing anything else, right? Like, I technically have spots, so like, I could cut the Monk, I could cut this, so that's 2 spots already. I could put different things in, but I don't need to, so for now, I like 3 Monk. I'm not in a rush to change it. 2 Valky Firebrax. This is 1 gets stuffed. You have another one, the combo next turn. So, yeah, Hulk was really, really good. I have no complaints. And then 1 Auroradon. Yeah, Auroradon, 3 token combo, yada yada. I'm not going to explain it too much. Now, for the side deck. This is where my deck, I feel like it's a little weird, overall, if I'm being honest. So, first of all, generic stuff. 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Back row hate. This is very generic. There's nothing really much to it. So I'm just going to put this down here. Then we have 2 copies of Token Collector. So you're going to see a lot of 2-ofs and a lot of 1-ofs. This is because of things like Crossout Destinator and Small World. The fact that I can be able to search them and have interactability with them for Crossout is really, really good. Token Collector was insane this event. I lost most of my games to this card in particular. Like, even if I stuffed my opponent, sometimes they would pitch this off of like the Fateful Adventure, or they would like link like normal summon it, link it off for like Verte. And then, like, I stopped a Verte, but then, like, this is still sitting in the graveyard, and I can't deal with this card. Even, like, outside one ends have 3 crossouts in the deck and call by. Still can't deal with the card. So, that's super annoying. I also played 2 Lancia. Lancia was fine. Like, it was good. So, yeah, Lancia was fine. Nothing extraordinary. Hand traps are really weird right now. You have to decide which hand traps are good against what, and it's kind of hard to figure out for hand traps, I would say. So, Lancia was fine. I would maybe put more, but it should be in your deck list, like, no matter what I feel like in this format. And then 3 Droll and Whopper. I think this card is really good right now. A lot of decks just, like, I won't say a lot of decks lose to this card, but a lot of decks definitely get hurt by this card. So having 3 Droll in your deck really, I don't want to say, like, puts you ahead, but it definitely does work. Because a lot of their value plays and their follow-up just goes away. A lot of the things that make the deck, like, whatever they're playing so good, just don't work. So Droll, I think, is really, really good. Again, Brave Engine hurts that, and then plus, like, whatever else they're playing hurts that as well. And then I also played 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance. This card is nuts. This card like won me games by itself. I'm gonna shout out my brother Vincent for this one because he suggested this to me. Because these were Solemn Judgments, and then we were talking, and like every time like I had Judgment, it just didn't do enough. Like it would drop me to 4,000, I was a lose. 1 point of interaction isn't enough, like at all. So we wanted something that was more broad and hit Brave Token as well. So Anti-Spell was amazing. This like, oh my god, I can't get over how good this card was. It just hit everything so well. And then my last 2 spots, this is where, again, cross out Small World. So I played 1 Dark Ruler. This was for cross out. So if I go first and I don't get hand trapped to make my board, the only thing my board loses to is Dark Ruler no more. So if I have cross out the Dark Ruler, I just cross out it, and then, you know, I'm fine. That was the logic behind this. I also played 1 Lava Golem. 1 Lava Golem was for Small World. You can Small World into this against a board. So if your opponent goes first, makes a board, I somehow don't draw one of my Kajillion hand traps, you can activate Small World. It doesn't do anything for cost. So they were I would say 9 times out of 10 they let Small World resolve. You go in and grab Lava Golem because you have lines to get to it, and then after you grab Lava Golem, they have to do something at that point, or else you're Lava Goleming 2 of their monsters every time. So yeah, like Lava Golem's just really good to get off Small World. That's all. It's all it's here for. It just puts Small World into a much better position going into a board. So yeah, overall that's the deck list. That was everything. Again, I went 5-3. If you want to see my matchups, please go on Twitter, check it out, and follow me on there. That'd be cool. And then for next time I go to an event, you can ask me questions while I'm actually in the event and doing all that stuff. Next time I also want to take more pictures at the event because I only got like 1 picture with somebody throughout the entire event, and that was at the end of the day, and I completely forgot about it. And yeah, but I was just doing a bunch of stuff overall. So I hope you guys like the deck. Again, this is not what I'm going to be taking to the YCS. Probably I'm going to be switching around a lot of cards. This list is definitely going to get changed by then, so we'll see how it goes. But overall, hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. I'll no problem answering anything, as I always do. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.